Hello, grade 9, and welcome to a new reading comprehension lesson. Today we begin with chapter 3, and the theme is called Mysteries and Supernatural Beliefs. Your first lesson is the science of superstition and why people believe in the unbelievable. Of course, that would be on pages 53 through 60 in your ebook, the comprehension and writing one. Now, before we begin the lesson, of course, we need to answer some discussion questions, such as the following. First of all, what does the word supernatural mean? Okay, every time we come across a challenging word, let's try and divide it. Supernatural. Of course, the prefix super, as you have taken in the previous years, means above. Okay, above the natural. So when something is supernatural, it is not natural, it's beyond that. So it's an event or phenomenon or thing that cannot be explained or proven by science, by logic, or the laws of nature. Okay, so it is above and beyond the natural world. Example, ghosts. They are not natural, they are above or beyond the natural. Apparitions, things like ghosts, which some people claim might appear to them. Superheroes like Superman, Batman, Captain America, with all those superpowers, of course, those are supernatural, above the natural. The Bermuda Triangle, for example, which is located in the Pacific Ocean, where many ships and airplanes have disappeared when they passed by that area. Horoscopes could be considered supernatural. Believing in horoscopes, believing in the supernatural world, that there's this force that can control you, that can bring you good luck and bad luck. Tarots or cards, you know, when you might have seen this among many people. You know, let me see if tomorrow will be good luck for me. Let me do the cards, the tarots, etc. So this is what we call the supernatural, something, a phenomena that cannot be explained by science. I cannot make a scientific experiment where I prove that ghosts exist. It doesn't work. And logically, if I'm thinking straight, I cannot say that ghosts or apparitions or superheroes or even the Bermuda Triangle has such forces or horoscopes are real. Okay, so it's not logical. However, people believe in those phenomena. Is it prevalent in society? What do I mean by prevalent? Is it widespread? Do many people believe in the supernatural? Of course. People in societies everywhere, from west to east to north to south, everywhere from Europe to America, to the Arab world, to different parts of Asia, of course, they believe in the supernatural in different ways. Okay, they believe in the existence of supernatural forces which they think might impact them or have an effect on them in one way or another. So how can we describe a person who strongly believes in the supernatural? This person, we refer to him or her as superstitious. Superstitious. Okay, a superstitious person, you know, he believes that 13 is an unlucky number. He wouldn't or she wouldn't go out on Friday the 13th, which among many people in the West especially is considered a bad luck number, especially when it coincides with a Friday. There's even a scary movie called Friday the 13th. Another example, when he or she, this superstitious person, sees a black cat when they go out, they decide to go back home because they think something deadly is going to happen to them. They would collect a lot of artifacts. They would wear charms to protect them from supernatural forces. They would have, you know, horseshoes in their houses. They would have blue-eyed objects to take away the evil eye. Of course, I'm not talking about something that doesn't exist among all of us. This is widespread. It's not strange to find such behavior. So in a way, all of us, or even most of us, are superstitious. We believe that there are forces beyond our control or beyond the natural world which we see and can prove by science. We believe that they do have an effect on us. Now, let's go through the vocab list for this whole chapter before we begin our first lesson. First of all, the word superstition. A superstition is it's a noun. It's an irrational belief. What does the word irrational mean? It means illogical. It's a non-logical belief in the supernatural, the world beyond what we see, especially as leading to good luck or bad luck, or a practice based on such a belief. If you believe in superstitions a lot, you are referred to as a superstitious person. So this is number one. So a superstition is a belief, an irrational belief, of course, in the supernatural. A mystery is something that is difficult or impossible to understand or explain, like the Bermuda Triangle phenomena, like many like the haunted houses that we hear so much about in different parts of Lebanon. They say that this castle is haunted, this house on the hill is haunted. We cannot explain it. It's difficult and sometimes impossible to understand or explain. Supernatural, again, related to some force that cannot be proven or explained by science and the laws of nature. Charms. What are charms? Most of us are probably wearing a charm right now. It's a small object or ornament worn as a necklace or a bracelet to bring you fortune or luck. Okay, both words mean the same, fortune and or luck. Now, the word unpredictable. Like if we say the weather today is unpredictable, I cannot tell whether it's going to rain or not. Something that you cannot know what to expect from it, not behaving according to what's expected. It is therefore changeable, unpredictable. Threat is a danger. The word threat means danger. Okay, nuclear weapons are a threat to humanity. Trivial means something that is silly or important. For example, if a person, if your friend sees you wearing a certain charm and he would say to you or she would say, come on, this is trivial. This would not affect you at all. It's silly. It's unimportant. And the word anxiety, we talked about that when we talked about adolescence and growth mindset. Anxiety is a feeling of nervousness and worry. If you have anxiety all the time, you are anxious. The adjective is anxious. Associated means related. Okay, supernatural beliefs are associated with weird behavior, for example, related to. Prevalent, as I explained before, means widespread. Okay, this phenomenon of superstitious behavior is prevalent in all parts of the world. It's widespread. It means it is found everywhere. Moving on to our lesson, the science of superstition and why people believe in the unbelievable. Okay, the blurb. Read the following article in which the author talks about the prevalence, okay, the widespread belief in superstitions and supernatural beliefs among humans. Then answer the questions that follow. Paragraph 1. The number 13, black cats, breaking mirrors, or walking under ladders may all be things you actively avoid if you're anything like the 25% of people in the US or the United States who consider themselves superstitious. See how prevalent it is, superstitious belief? Almost 25% of people in the United States are superstitious. They believe in such supernatural powers. Paragraph 2. Even if you don't consider yourself a particularly superstitious person, you probably say bless you when someone sneezes, just in case the devil should decide to steal their soul, as our ancestors thought possible during a sneeze. This is what our great-grandparents taught us. When someone sneezes, okay, it's a part of his or her soul is coming out. So you say bless you, you bless their soul. Of course, that's a superstitious belief, not based on fact or science. Paragraph 3. Superstition also explains why many buildings do not have a 13th floor. Okay, especially in the West. The West believes that number 13 is a bad luck number, preferring to label it 14, 14A, 12B, or M. The 13th letter of the alphabet on elevator button panels because of concerns about superstitious tenants. Okay, so instead of labeling it the floor 13, they would say it's 14A or 12B or M, which is the 13th letter in the alphabet, instead of saying the number 13. Indeed, 13% of people in one survey is a study you make. You ask a group of people in different areas a certain question to see how they would respond. 13% of people in one survey indicated that staying or living on the 13th floor of a hotel room would bother them. Maybe it would make them nervous because they feel that it's a bad luck number. Paragraph 4. On top of this, some airlines such as Air France and Lufthansa is the airline for Germany, do not have a 13th row. Lufthansa also has no 17th row because in some countries such as Italy and Brazil, the typical unlucky number is 17 and not 13. So you see, it differs among different countries and cultures. So let's define a superstition. What is it? Although there is no single definition of superstition, it generally means a belief, okay? Belief in supernatural forces such as fate. Fate, it means something is bound to happen to me. It is written that on this day something good will happen to me and I will win the lottery. It is written that on this day a person will die, etc. This is what fate is. The desire to influence unpredictable factors, things that are changeable and I cannot control, and a need to resolve uncertainty. Okay? So it means superstition is generally a belief in supernatural forces such as fate, the desire to influence those factors in order to resolve how unsure you are about the future. You want to control it, but you can't. So you resort to superstitious beliefs. In this way, then, individual beliefs and experiences drive superstitions, which explains why they are generally irrational, superstitions, of course, and often defy current scientific wisdom. Try to prove any superstitious belief, like if you hang a horseshoe in your house, it will bring you good luck. If any scientist decides to go through with a scientific experiment, that scientist will not go to an objective conclusion or a rational conclusion because this thought is superstitious. It cannot be explained by rational science. Paragraph 6, psychologists, as we said before, are people who deal with mental illnesses or mental issues. Psychologists who have investigated what role superstitions play have found that they derive from the assumption that a connection exists between co-occurring non-related events. For instance, the notion that charms promote good luck. I'm wearing a charm now. I strongly believe that it will bring me good luck. I won't go out without it. Okay? So I think if I don't wear it, something bad will happen to me. This is what this means. Or it will protect you from bad luck. If it doesn't bring you good luck, it will definitely protect you from bad luck. This is what superstitions are. Paragraph 7, for many people engaging with superstitious behaviors provides a sense of control, okay, and reduces anxiety. Okay, I feel safer when I'm wearing my lucky charm, for example. I feel safer when I read a certain verse before I go to sleep. I feel that I'm protected, for example, which is why levels of superstition increase at times of stress and angst, which is anger. You know, there's a lot of chaos, like what's going on now in Lebanon. The economy is bad, COVID, the violence, etc. During these times, superstitious beliefs among people increase. Notice how many people in Lebanon would wait for a person like Leila Abdel Latif or Michel Hayek to be able to predict the future. Why? Why has it increased now during the time of crisis? Because as humans, we want to reduce our anxiety about the future. We want to be able to tell what's going to happen to us. Thus, superstitious behavior and beliefs increases. As we said here, this is particularly the case during times of economic crisis, anything related to the business and money, and social uncertainty. You're not sure what's going to happen in your country. Notably, wars and conflicts. Conflicts like what's happening now in Lebanon. A lot of problems socially, economically, politically. So many people would wait for a person who would foretell the future for them. Millions of people. Okay, displayed here are horseshoes. Horseshoes have been known among people or are believed to be good luck charms. Many of us, if not most of us, have a horseshoe hanged somewhere in their houses. Touch wood, okay? Touch wood. Superstitious beliefs have been shown to help promote a positive mental attitude, okay? Although they can lead to irrational decisions that are not logical at all, such as trusting in the merits of good luck and destiny rather than sound decision making. Sound here means correct. Carrying charms, wearing certain clothes. I believe that this is my lucky shirt. I believe that this is my lucky bag, so I carry it to the exam. Visiting places associated with good fortune. We all do that. We want to get good luck. We go to that place and maybe light a candle. Preferring specific colors. I don't want to wear black on this day. It might attract negative energy. And using particular numbers are elements of superstition. Many of us believe that the number 7 brings them good luck, and they would be fond of using it. And although these behaviors and actions appear to be trivial, which means silly or unimportant, for some people they can often affect choices made in the real world. Maybe I want to go buy a house. I wouldn't buy it on the 13th of November. I would buy it on a different day. And by the way, we have a Friday the 13th coming. It's Friday the 13th of November. So many people would avoid a lot of things during that day. Of course, to a superstitious person, this is something important to do, but to a non-superstitious person, this is considered silly or trivial behavior. Now, superstitions in sports. Sporting superstitions are also highly prevalent. They exist everywhere, especially in highly competitive situations. 4 out of 5 professional athletes, I'm speaking professional athletes, those who get paid millions of dollars, say that they engage with at least one superstitious behavior prior to performance. Within sports, superstitions have been shown to reduce tension and provide a sense of control over unpredictable chance factors. Superstitions practices tend to vary across sports, but there are similarities. Within football, gymnastics, and athletics, for example, competitors reported praying for success, checking appearance in mirror, and dressing well to feel better prepared. Players and athletes also engage with personalized actions and behaviors, such as wearing lucky clothes, kit, and charms. And of course, those of you who are familiar with different types of sports, especially in the US, for example, they have a mascot. A mascot is sort of effigy, like a teddy bear or like a duck or a certain personality that comes into the field when the team wants to play in order to give them good luck. That's a superstitious behavior. Finally, paragraph 12, what all this shows is that superstitions can provide reassurance. You know, you feel better, you feel reassured when you engage in this behavior. You feel protected and can help to reduce anxiety in some people. But while this may be true, research has shown that actions associated with superstitions can also become self-reinforcing, in that the behavior develops into a habit and failure to perform the ritual can actually result in anxiety. If I have the habit of doing a certain superstitious behavior, okay, before I leave home. If I leave home without doing it, or if I leave home without carrying my charm, I will feel very anxious if I'm a superstitious person. Maybe something bad will happen to me because I'm not carrying my charm. So this is what superstitions and supernatural beliefs are. Okay, moving on to the exercises which are on page 59 in your ebook. Part A, as usual, are referential and inferential questions based on the text. Number 1, and of course those need to be answered in complete sentences. That's why I answer them with you during the videos, because I want you to follow the same format. What does the information provided in paragraphs 1 through 4, it means from 1 until 4, tell you about humans with regards to superstitious beliefs? Justify your answer by giving 2 pieces of evidence from those paragraphs. Number 2, according to paragraph 5, why do humans resort to superstitious beliefs? Why do they start believing in superstitious beliefs? 3, with reference to paragraph 7, during which times do superstitious behaviors tend to increase? We talked about that. Times of crisis, etc. How do these beliefs help humans? Number 4, by referring to the text, name 3 types of behavior associated with superstitions among humans. And number 5 are pronoun reference. Let's go through them one by one. Number 1, I displayed all of the 4 paragraphs with you to see how this information helps me to tell what humans, how humans behave. Okay, what does the information provided in paragraphs 1 through 4 tell you about humans with regards to superstitious beliefs? Look at all this information. 25% of people in the US consider themselves superstitious. The 13th floor, for example, is not found in many buildings in the West. Airplanes like Air France and Lufthansa don't have a 13th row, and in some places they don't even have a 17th row. So what does all this information tell me about humans? The information presented in paragraphs 1 through 4 of the text tell us that the belief in the supernatural is widespread among humans. It's everywhere. The text says, now I need a piece of evidence or 2. The text says that 25% of people in the US are said to be superstitious. This is seen through their behavior, where many would avoid walking under a ladder or even avoid the number 13. Number 2, according to paragraph 5, why do humans resort to superstitious beliefs? Okay, this is paragraph 5 here. Although there is no single definition of superstition, it generally means a belief in supernatural forces such as fate, the desire to influence the unpredictable factors, and a need to resolve uncertainty. You know, you're not sure about the future and you want to resolve that. You want to be sure. So in this way, you would resort to superstitious beliefs. Answer, according to paragraph 5, people believe in the supernatural because of the desire to influence unpredictable factors and a need to resolve uncertainty. They use it as a way to try and understand different phenomena around them, or maybe try to predict their future. Number 3, with reference to paragraph 7, displayed here, during which times do superstitious behaviors tend to increase? How do these beliefs help humans? We said in times of economic crisis, in times of uncertainty like wars and conflicts, like what's going on now in Lebanon. Levels of superstition increase at times of stress and angst. This is particularly the case during times of economic crisis and social uncertainty, such as wars and conflicts. Number 4, by referring to the text, name 3 types of behavior associated with superstitions among humans. The answer: 3 types of superstitious behavior mentioned in the text are: some buildings don't have a 13th floor because this number is said to bring bad luck. 2, many people avoid walking under a ladder for fear that something bad might happen to them. 3, saying bless you when someone sneezes so that the devil wouldn't steal their soul. All of those, of course, are superstitious behaviors or superstitious beliefs. There's also ones where people would bring horseshoes and there's no 13th floor, there's no 13th row in some airplanes, etc. You can also mention those. Number 5 are pronoun reference. What are the reference to the following pronouns underlined in the text? You in paragraph 2. Let's see. You have to read before, you have to read where it is, and you have to read after it. Even if you don't consider yourself a particularly superstitious person, you probably say bless you when someone sneezes. Of course, here you refers to the reader. Them in paragraph 3, let's see. Preferring to label it 14, 14A, 12B, or M, the 13th letter of the alphabet, on elevator button panels because of concerns that superstitious tenants, about superstitious tenants. Indeed, 13% of people in one survey indicated that staying on the 13th floor of a hotel would bother them. Who? 13% of people in one survey. Paragraph 5, they, there it is. In this way, then, individual beliefs and experiences drive superstitions, which explains why they are irrational. Okay? They refers to superstitions. Something very important, this is how you write pronoun reference. Not you, 2 dots, reader. Them, 2 dots, people. No. You. Paragraph 2 refers to the reader, full stop. Them, paragraph 3 refers to 13% of people in one survey. They, paragraph 5, refers to superstitions. And this is how you would answer it. Okay, I have posted a worksheet for you with different exercises, comprehension exercises for this lesson. Please access it through the school app, and hopefully I will see you soon. Take care and bye-bye.